Instagram just released their biggest algorithm change in a very long time, and it has nothing to do with the time that you post, the hashtags that you use, or the common things that they change. Instead, it has to do with 4 things that I'm going to share with you in this video that are probably decreasing your reach right now. But don't worry, because all you have to do is adapt to these 4 changes, and boom, it's going to skyrocket the views you get, the followers you get, and ultimately make it easier for you to make a full-time living on Instagram. In fact, I just helped this creator do it and this creator do it after making these changes. Step number 1 is you need to make sure that you're creating content on Instagram right now that is going to show up in all 3 placements that you can show up on Instagram. Because if you're only uploading reels, you're gonna get left behind. And if you're only uploading photos, you're gonna get left behind. And if you're only uploading stories, you're definitely gonna get left behind. Instead, you need to make sure that you're creating content that is going to show on your stories, show in the feed, and show on the Explore feed or in search results. Because if you're not showing it in all 3 of those places, you're gonna be drastically missing out on the amount of people that you could otherwise be reaching. Now, when it comes to your stories, you need to make sure that you are uploading content multiple times a day to your story. And if your story views ever tank, you need to make sure that you just take a day or 2 off from posting on them. And I wouldn't post on your stories 7 days a week. I would actually post on them only 4 or 5 days a week. And when you do post on your stories, you need to make sure that you're spreading it out, and you need to make sure that you're trying to maximize how much engagement you get. This could be people liking your story. It could be people replying to your story. It could be people interacting with whatever you have on your story, because this is going to increase the reach that you get there. When it comes to actually showing up in the feed, the easiest way to do that is going to be uploading Instagram Reels. I cannot emphasize this enough. If you are posting photos trying to get on the feed, you are going to get left behind. Instead, I would predominantly be posting Reels. And the reason for this is because Instagram is pushing out Reels more than any other type of content right now on the feeds. Now, if you do want to upload photos, you could do that to show on the Explore feed, but you will not show on the regular feed. And when it comes to uploading content that is going to show on your feed, you need to be optimizing for 3 different things. 1, you need to be optimizing for how many shares you get. 2, you need to be optimizing for how many completions you get. And 3, you need to make sure that you're optimizing for non-followers to see your content. Because if you're uploading content in Reels that you expect people to have full context on who you are, aka your followers, well, this is why you're not getting the views that you want, you're not getting the followers that you want, and it's ultimately why you're not gonna grow on Instagram right now. Because Instagram wants to show your Instagram Reels to people that do not follow you, aka your non-followers. And what that's going to do is increase the reach that you get and increase the amount of followers that you get. And then finally, if you want to show on the Explore feed, you need to make sure that you are uploading image carousels. And what you need to be optimizing for is 1, people that also have no idea who you are, so non-followers. And secondly, you need to make sure that you're optimizing for how many people swipe all the way through on the carousel, because that matters more than saves you get, and it matters more than likes you get. Now, change number 2 to the Instagram algorithm is that it's now interest-based. What does this mean? It means that how many views you get on Instagram is going to totally depend on how many people have interacted with the topic that you uploaded on in the last 24 to 72 hours. So before you post anything on Instagram, you need to have proof that your ideal audience is interacting with posts on that same topic. And the way that you're gonna get this proof is you need a list of your competitors, you need to check them every morning and see what kind of content is getting them the most reach. And then you need to create content on that same topic. And when it comes to the topic is going to be determined by the keyword that you have in the hook of your content, in the description of your content, that people are commenting in your content, and that is in the voiceover in your content. If you do not have your keyword showing in all 4 of those places, Instagram is going to have an incredibly hard time trying to figure out who to show your content to, and the result of that is going to be them showing your content to the wrong people. And if you're stuck with low reach right now on Instagram, that's exactly what's happening to you. But there are still 2 other algorithm changes that you need to be aware of. But before I get into them, I need you to smash that subscribe button if you want to grow quicker on Instagram. On top of that, if you want to work together one-on-one, so I can guarantee that you grow quicker on Instagram the same way that I help this creator grow and this creator grow, please check out the pinned comment below where you could learn all about how we could work together one-on-one. And by the way, there are limited spaces for that because I'm only one person and I can only work with so many people. So change number 3 is that Instagram has completely changed what metrics actually matter when you're trying to reach people. And these are actually going to change depending on who you're trying to reach. For example, if you're trying to reach your followers, the metrics you need to hit are going to be different than if you're trying to reach your non-followers. So when it comes to the different metrics, first and foremost, likes are going to help you reach more followers, not more non-followers. So if you get a lot of likes on your post, that's more likely than not a sign that you are reaching a lot of people that follow you. And this is going to incentivize Instagram algorithm to show your content to more people that are following you. And I know what you think. Rob, I want my followers to see all my content, but that isn't actually what you want. If you are trying to sell something, you want all your followers to see your content. If you're trying to get people to sign up for something like a sponsored deal or an affiliate offer or your newsletter, then you're going to want your followers to see your content. But otherwise, you want non-followers to see your content because there are way more people that do not follow you that are interested in the content you create or what you're selling than people that do follow you. So you need to be optimizing for people that don't follow you. In addition to that, if you are only reaching your followers, this is going to train the Instagram algorithm that not a lot of people are interested in whatever you're posting about, and that as a result, over time, you're actually going to lose followers and you're not going to reach new people. So if you want to reach new people, these are the metrics you need to be optimizing for. First and foremost, you need to be getting people to share your content. The way that you do this, you need to get them to laugh, you need to get them to say, holy crap, what just happened? Or you need to get them to think, wow, so-and-so needs to hear about this. If you get either of those three things to happen, people are going to share your content, and then Instagram is going to show your content to more non-followers. In addition to that, you need to be maximizing for how many people are completing your content. Now, I get the question all the time, Rob, how long should my content be? And you shouldn't actually be asking yourself that question. In fact, I think that's the wrong question for you to be asking yourself. Instead, you need to ask yourself, how short can I possibly make this piece of content? Because what you need to be trying to do is create your content as short as humanly possible. And I'm not saying to make your content 1 second long or 2 seconds long. Ideally, it should be greater than 5 seconds long, but you need to think of it like this. If there is a way for you to get the information across that you are trying to get across right now in a more efficient way, aka a shorter time period, then that is the type of content you should be doing. Because otherwise what's going to happen is you're going to be uploading content to Instagram and people are going to feel like you are wasting their time because people aren't sitting there the same way that they sit there and watch TV. Instead, people are on Instagram while they're on the train, while they're in class, while their significant others talking to them, while they're at the doctor office, while they're going to the bathroom, while they're walking from the car into the house. And that's how people actually consume Instagram. So you need to get the point across, whether you're entertaining people or educating people, in as short of a period as possible. And this is going to maximize the engagement that you get. On top of that, you need to try to get people to comment whatever keyword your video is about in the comment section of your videos, because if that happens, then that's a major sign to Instagram that your post is about that topic and more people interested in that topic need to see your post because people are conversating around it. And if you were able to do that, your post is going to get more views than you could have ever imagined. Now, the last and most important thing that you need to change with this current Instagram algorithm is you need to be adapting to the 4 new types of content that Instagram is trying to push out more than anything else. And lucky for you, if you implement these tactics that I'm about to share with you, it is going to decrease the amount of time that you actually spend creating content. Because if you spend more than 10 minutes a day on Instagram right now, you're doing something wrong. Now, that first type of content that you need to be optimizing for is exactly what Emmy is doing right here with a visual hook. As you can see here, she has a glass of what looks like cranberry juice or something red like that, and she is dipping chocolate in it. This is the first thing that you see on this piece of content that she created. What does this do that makes you stop in your tracks? Why? Because it's what the heck is this? It's a pattern interrupt, and it gets the person to actually stop and say, what is going on here? Now, what I call this right here is a visual post, aka she is visually representing what she's talking about, and then as a result, people are going to watch it. This type of content is way better than if she was just talking about whatever she was talking about. The second type of content you need to be focused on is what Nick is doing. If we look at this post right here, this post right here, this post right here, this post right here, we'll see that he got more than 30,000 views simply by posting memes on Instagram. In fact, he's remixing memes, and this takes him literally no time. And if we scroll down, he actually does this every single post. And as you can see, a lot of these quite frequently do pretty well. 46,000 views, 22,000 views, 12,000 views, 18,000 views, and guess what? This one has 90,000 views. And these posts take him basically no time. All he's doing is he's finding a meme, he's clicking the 3 dots in the bottom right hand corner, he's remixing it and maybe changing the text that's on the screen a little bit, and these posts get shared like crazy, get followed like crazy. And this is actually one of the biggest hacks that he's implementing in order to get more clients for his business. Now, the next thing that you need to be doing is what Mike is doing right here. What that is he is starting this video off with a negative hook. So if we look at this video, he got over 140,000 views on it. Why? Because it says, no, you don't have to wait 7 years to remove collection from your credit reports. Now he is in the credit and finance space, but you can do this for your space. Essentially what you want to do is you want to say, what are 10 things that my audience believes right now? And then create hooks that dispute those common misbeliefs. Why? Because this gets a ton of people to share the content and it makes people feel like they've been lied to. And once somebody feels like they've been lied to, you've got their attention. And then the last piece of content that you need to make sure that you're doing is this type of content right here. What this does is ask a question that's relatable to your audience and gives them 3 different options. This is an options post. And now what you'll see is that people are going to go to the comments and they are going to talk about all of these different options. And what does this do? This increases the odds that Instagram finds the right content for these people. For example, this post right here is about the worst Long Island villages with parking. So now a bunch of people comment below the names of those Long Island villages, makes the Instagram algorithm know who should see this content, people on Long Island, and then this content gets a lot of reach. And that's exactly why this post got over 40,000 views and literally took her no time to create. Now, if you're sick and tired of feeling like you're wasting your time posting on Instagram because you're not getting the followers that you want or you're not getting the views that you used to, I personally want to help you. In fact, I want to work with you one-on-one to guarantee I can help you grow quicker on Instagram by telling you exactly what to post, what time to post, what hashtags to use, what you need to change in your content, different AI tools that you could use to decrease the amount of time that you spend creating content on Instagram and increase the amount of views and followers that you get for the effort that you're putting in. If that sounds interesting, well, please check out the pinned comment below. Otherwise, I strongly suggest that you check out this video right here because it's going to be incredibly relevant to you if you're trying to grow faster on Instagram right now and ultimately make more money from it. I'll see you over there.